Good afternoon. I will ask the Secretary of the Board to please call attendance so we can be sure we have a quorum.
Okay, so CUNY TV, that's your cue that we're in public session. Members of the Board of Trustees, Committee on Facilities Planning and Management, please respond present when you hear your name. Chairperson Brian Oberfeld.
Present.
Vice Chairperson Sandra Wilkin.
Present.
Trustee Michael Arvanites.
Present.
Trustee Fernando Ferrer.
Here.
Trustee Charles Shorter.
Present.
Trustee Myra Linares Garcia. Professor Jason Young is not here, we said.
Right.
Professor Kimura?
Yes, I am. Thank you, Gail.
Great. Leonard Blades? Wayne Dawkins? Trustee Hunter? And we have the COPS liaison, Dean Bartlett.
Present.
Great. Okay, you have a quorum.
Okay, we have a quorum. This public meeting of the Committee on Facilities Planning and Management is now called to order. On March 7, 2020, Governor Cuomo issued Executive Order 202, declaring a state of emergency in response to COVID-19 outbreak. On March 13, 2020, Governor Cuomo issued Executive Order 202.1, which included a suspension of law allowing the attendance of meetings telephonically or other similar service. Article 7 of the Public Offices Law, to the extent necessary to permit any public body to meet and take such actions authorized by the law without permitting in public in-person access to meetings and authorizing such meetings to be held remotely by conference call or similar service, provided that the public has the ability to view or listen to such proceedings and that such meetings are recorded and later transcribed. In accordance with the executive order, this board meeting is being held via teleconference with a live stream found at CUNY Board of Trustees website, at the CUNY Board of Trustees website. A copy of the calendar agenda is also available online at the CUNY Board of Trustees website. Additional items may be added during the meeting. As a reminder, please mute your audio so we can ensure that everyone can hear. I would like to ask the Secretary to take a roll call attendance from members of the Chancellery.
Members of the Chancellery, please respond present when you hear your name. Chancellor Matos Rodriguez.
Present.
General Counsel and Senior Vice Chancellor for Legal Affairs, Derek Davis.
Present.
Executive Vice Chancellor and Chief Operating Officer, Hector Batista.
Present.
Great. Gustavo Ordonez. Okay, and Geraldine Thomas. Okay.
All right. Thank you, Gail. Let's now turn to the items requiring a vote today. Given that all board members are participating remotely, I will announce the resolutions and ask for members to respond only if you would like to abstain or oppose an item. Otherwise, your vote will be recorded as a yes vote. If you are voting no or abstaining, please state your name and vote. Additionally, if you wish to second an item or have any questions, please state your name first for the record, and let's try to avoid speaking over one another. We will take up the following items for approval. Action item 1A, which is the approval of the minutes of the Facilities Planning and Management Committee's meeting of March 9, 2020. I move the approval of action item 1A. Do I have a second?
Second, Charlie Shorter.
Thank you, Charlie. Any discussion? We will now vote. Please only respond if you would like to abstain or oppose. Okay, so that carries unanimously. Action item 1B, the policy calendar. We are now going to take up item 1B for approval. Policy item 1B is a resolution authorizing a lease amendment at 875 Avenue of the Americas, New York, New York. I now call on Executive Vice Chancellor and Chief Operating Officer Hector Batista to provide further background on this item.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This lease is coming up for renewal in early 2021. The lease includes the entire 6th, 7th floor, a portion of the 9th floor at 875 Avenue Americas. In an effort to reduce the university operating expenses, we will be relocating the programs on the 9th floor, Citizens Now, to another CUNY location and only extended the terms of the lease for the 6th floor, 7th floor for 5 years, while we look into other ways to realize more permanent operating savings. This will enable us to achieve approximately $4.5 million operating savings over the next 5 years. With that, I turn it right back over to you, Mr. Chairman.
All right, thank you. I move the approval of action item 1B. Do I have a second?
United Garcia, second.
Thank you. Any discussion?
Very quick discussion, Mr. Chair. I do believe that we have asked that with regard to these leases, while CUNY is designated and named, we've asked that the landlord be identified so we know whom we are renting for, and the record reflects that.
Okay. All right. Hector, would you know off the top of your head who the landlord is for for 875?
Yeah, I think we had in the original reso. It says, I'm looking for it right now. Okay, give me 2 minutes to see if I
Sure,
have
take
it.
your time, Hector. I know Consolo usually knows.
It's not something I want to know right now. It's just something that I thought that we had asked that we would do in all of our leases.
Yeah, Charlie, we originally had in the resolution, and I don't know why it was taken out, but it was in the resolution. Can I just send it to the committee? I assure you that I'll get that over to you.
That will be fine.
That's
Hector.
fine. It won't hold up. Shouldn't hold this up at all.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you, Hector. We will now vote. Please only respond if you would like to abstain or oppose. Okay. This carries unanimously. There being no more items on the agenda, I move to adjourn this meeting. Do I have a second?
Second. Sandra Wilson.
Thank you, Sandra. The meeting is adjourned.